Now, cost overruns and excessive spending explained here. Embark on a journey to enhance your project cost expenditure. Join us. We explore essential aspects that impact your project's financial dynamics. We will guide you through these complexities, from clarifying project scopes to navigating intricate contracts. Uncover how owner decisions and scheduling intricacies influence costs. Gain insights into effective strategies for managing home office expenses and the supply chain challenges. Devolve into fine points of construction productivity, team coordination, and joint venture management to optimize financial outcomes. Brace yourself for insights into crucial considerations and the cumulative effect of changes. Let us try with the importance of elevating your project and its cost of proficiency. Let us see your project's success is a testament to your ability to allocate resources as envisioned. When your expenditures deviate from the planned alignment, they can have adverse consequences, of course. Now, unclear project scope and definitions. When we begin a project, we rarely expect it to be unclear. However, the concept of a poor project definition becomes evident later when we compare the actual project scope at what was initially estimated. The project manager plays a crucial role by meticulously reviewing the project scope right from the start and working closely with the clients to agree on all these details. If agreed upon scope differs from the estimated one in the contract, a change order needs to be prepared at the outset. Subsequently, this step is often forgotten amidst the enthusiasm of project commencements, leading to disagreements later on between the owner and the contractor regarding the original contract scope. Another factor contributing to cost overruns arises from not defining the basic process for certain projects, such as process plans. In some cases, owners request a one site fits out for all in the process plan. However, the ways to provide this plant can vary, and the owner's input matters greatly. If the contractor commits to providing the plant without detailed planning, it can lead to so many conflicts later. To avoid this, let us essentially to invest time in thoroughly defining the plant through a process called front-end loading. Additionally, the project definition can suffer due to unclear, inapplicable, or incomplete project conditions and specifications. Owner's engineering specifications, often multi-volume documents, might be suggested for use in a project. Even if they are not a perfect match, subsequently, owners might demand costly specification changes or contract compliance, despite the specifications not being directly suitable. The project manager must also be vigilant about subtle changes in conditions like geography, climate, adverse weather, seismic activity, and soil quality. These factors not have been adequately defined at the project's start or might differ from the contract specifications. Furthermore, administrative requirements from owner or government entities might deviate from initial expectations. Local regulations, labor rules, local content requirements, and material supplies can also impact the project cost. Import regulations, taxes in particular, are often sources of unexpected project cost. It is crucial to review these aspects thoroughly at the project's commencement and continuously monitor them throughout to prevent unforeseen discrepancies. Now, navigating unclear contract scope. Contracts typically come together at the project's outset, often under tight time constraints, etc. However, not every situation can be foreseen at the project's beginning, and sometimes errors in contract drafting may occur. Contract classes can be unclear, very vague, and unfairly skewed. These specifics for completing the contract might be left hanging or muddled, especially concerning aspects like transferring responsibility, initiating test, and ensuring operational performance. Elements like warranties, their enforcement, expiration dates, and the contractor's responsibilities for warranty-related tasks can be unintentionally overlooked. Properly closing out the contract involves obtaining completion certificates, handling resource and retainage, establishing conditions for final payments, and releasing bank bonds, all of which need careful consideration and application. Arrangements with the potential subcontractors and the third parties are sometimes unresolved when the contract takes into effect, which can lead to unforeseen cost. The project manager must oversee subcontracting activities to ensure that subcontract agreements align with the main contract's terms and conditions, avoiding the discrepancies or gaps between the prime contract and the subcontract. Now, impact of bonus decisions on cost. The choices made by the end user or owner of the project can also contribute to cost overruns. Sometimes, the owner's project team lacks experience either in general project management or with a specific type of project, which can lead to increased expenses. Delays in making decisions or last-minute changes on the owner's part can drive the cost due to additional cost due to reduced efficiency and the need to rework. If the list of prepared vendors and subcontractors provided by the owners is too limited or includes inappropriate options, it may result in poor quality materials and higher material cost. In a project from viewers, the owner was required to approve certain drawings within 15 days working calendars. If no comments were received within the time, the drawings were deemed approved by the contractor as per the contract. However, the owner's commitments are often took around 25 days as an average. In the meantime, engineers and designers continued their work and later had to incorporate the owner's comments to maintain good relationship, even though the contractor was not legally obliged to do so. The delays in comments eventually led to months of schedules and its delays and the significant financial losses due to rework in engineering and construction. Could the project manager have averted this issue? Likely by taking a firmer stance on the timeline for owner's commitments and its the comments as provided later and the decisions as appropriate. Now, impact of unrealistic scheduling on cost. Undoubtedly, the significance of a well-planned 90 days schedule and a comprehensive execution schedule set at the project's outset cannot be overstated. Costs can soar due to unrealistic schedules being either established or enforced. This is by the management or by the owner, or due to failure to meet agreed timelines. Several areas of subschedule performance can contribute to escalated costs, such as delayed mobilization, timely decision making, sequencing errors, late document revisions, purchase orders, vendor collaboration, document issuance, material deliveries, disciplinary impact. We'll talk about the delayed mobilization. This involves the late deployment of personnel and resources, both in the engineering office as well as in the field. Timely decision making. Ensuring decisions are made as specified by the schedule is crucial. Sequencing errors. Carrying out activities in the wrong order, wrong sequencing, like initiating subcontractors mobilization too early, etc. Late document revisions, as we discussed earlier. Revising documents that were previously deemed complete can introduce delays. Purchase order delays. Timely issuance of vendor documents and data to the design teams as essential as required. Document issuance. Delays in sending documents to vendors and the job site can lead to setbacks. Material deliverables. Late deliveries of materials, especially bulk materials, to the job site can be problematic. Indisciplinary impact. Delays in one discipline can have ripple effects on the others at the job site. Now, managing cost of home office services. Controlling expenses related to home office and engineering services is a paramount, but various factors can lead to overruns. Some of these contributing factors encompass here and there. 1. Productivity challenges. Internal productivity can be hindered by several issues. Out of sequence of work, unmanaged discipline interfaces, interdisciplinary impacts. Now, out of sequences of work, how it is affects. Performing tasks in the wrong order or sequence can lead to increased cost from affected areas or the work to be rework to be done. Unmanaged disciplines interfaces. When different disciplines don't coordinate with each other, it can escalate the cost. Interdisciplinary impact. For example, changes by one discipline can have unintended consequences of the other and another. This is what the impact of the one impact is going to how it is going to give the other impact. That's what. Late changes and repetitive studies. Delays in modifications and redoing studies can inflate cost. Documentation burden. Excessive management and documents can drain resources. Technology expenses, such as the high cost associated with the computers and information technology related tools, can strain the budget. Now, underestimation of effort. Underestimating the man hours required for the job, site support can lead to unexpected cost overruns. The right productivity ratio need to be applied at the right time. Addressing these challenges efficiently is essential to ensuring that home office and engineering services costs remain within the reasonable budget bounds throughout the project's life cycles. Now, supply chain challenges and estimating accuracy. Even the most well-crafted procurement and subcontracting strategies can encounter cost hurdles. Real world market conditions during purchasing and subcontracting might differ from what was initially estimated, driven by factors like inflation or a shortage of qualified supplies, etc. Elevated workloads for chosen vendors can lead to price hikes and delivery delays. Complex purchase orders documents, poorly structured terms, or incomplete specifications can impose vendors to bear additional costs that they might attempt to pass on. Neglected spare parts in the initial purchase and its original estimate can result in non-competitive price at the post-contract purchase. If the project financing places a constraints on purchasing or subcontracting, and these are not properly accounted for the initial estimate, cost can surge. A noteworthy aspect of cost management is dealing with the bulk materials. Typically, these bulk materials are procured based on anticipated quantities and types. However, if the quantities used to select the vendors are not reflective of the final needs, even meticulous purchasing strategies can yield the wrong and not necessarily the most cost effective and vendor choice. Similarly, in the range of materials provided to bidders is not comprehensive, suppliers might offer additional materials at non-competitive prices. Careful attention to these supply chain intricacies is a vital for maintaining the project budgetary and under control. Now, maintaining construction productivity for cost control. Cost escalation can arise during the construction phase due to various factors. The impacts of these elevated costs may affect the owner, general contractor, or other stakeholders depending on contract arrangements. It is imperative for the project manager to grasp these impacts and proactively take measures to alleviate them. Construction expenditures might rise due to inadequate or inexperienced construction supervisions, sluggish mobilization of manpower, and delays in initial site work. These setbacks can reverberate through subsequent construction stages like underground piping, foundations, concrete structures, and structural steel works. Delays in delivering drawings and the materials can dampen productivity, of course, leading to schedule deviations and rework. Neglectful inspection or fabricated equipment and materials can necessitate on-site rework or returns to the fabricators. Untimely changes to construction documents or belated identifications of pre-commissioning and commissioning requirements can trigger rework and escalating expenses. Subcontracts not performing as planned or facing financial setbacks can amplify cost and potential cause substantial construction delays. The project manager's vigilance and strategic intervention are essential in maintaining construction productivity, thus mitigating cost escalation and the schedule disruptions. Now, effective team coordination and joint venture management. Joint venture management, whether among the owners or contractors, can potentially lead to cost overruns stemming from various factors. Coordinating the intricate interfaces within the joint venture often demands the project manager's full attention, sometimes necessitating additional staff to oversee and manage these interactions. Establishing a proficient management and right team is crucial for ensuring technical coherence, alignment with the rules and standards, and adherence to specifications. Effective control over joint venture expenses right from their commitment stage is pivotal for achieving joint venture success. Common origins of overruns in joint venture encompasses as follows. 1. Imposing uniform methods within the joint venture instead of leveraging the distinct with the workforces and the tools for each partner. Delayed or inadequate implementations of coding systems for shared materials and documents. Unclear or unsuitable allocation of responsibilities and services. Absence of incentivizing mechanism for each entity to maintain their own cost control and prevent generating extra expenses for their counterparts. Excessive complexity associated costs in invoicing procedures of the joint venture agreement. Now, additional crucial considerations. The execution of a project involves attention to several other vital factors that can influence cost overruns. Early departure of key team members. Abrupt removal of a key team member can lead to the loss of valuable insights and momentum. Ensuring the continuity of essential expertise is essential to avoid disruption and the potential increased cost. Exchange rate fluctuations. Variations in exchange rates can impact a project cost significantly, particularly in our international projects. These fluctuations can influence material costs and expenses, requiring vigilant monitoring and risk mitigation strategies. Addressing these overlooked above aspects helps enhance project efficiency, minimize unforeseen expenses, and foster a smoother execution process. Now, accumulated effects of change. Change is an inherent aspect of projects, but its excess can and even a greater impact on the projects, often more substantial than individual changes as suggested. Studies indicate that a tripping point for notable cumulative effect is approximately 10% of the original contract value. Beyond this threshold, the project's ability to predict the actual cost of each alteration diminishes as the changes pile up, potentially leading to uncontrolled cost escalation. Let us do a very small case study from some previous projects. The Construction Industry Institute has delivered into this cumulative effective extensively. Insights from the research highlighted the following. Projects marked by extensive change experience lower than anticipated productivity. At a 25% construction stage rate, construction productivity declines by 7%, approximately. With a 25% engineering change rate, construction productivity falls by 12%. When both engineering and construction changes reaches 25%, the productivity sees to 10% drop. Projects commencing well and undergoing limited engineering change generally perform smoothly on site. Numerous changes can erode a project's overall cost performance. Project managers dealing with high engineering rework and the client's request towards project completion should evaluate the impact of these changes on the main scope. Prudent strategies could involve deferring discretionary changes or assigning a separate crew to change the work for the change of the work. Construction projects are unique, non-repeatable endeavors. However, project managers often underestimate early project trends, hoping for time to recover from schedule and its losses or adverse patterns. Project trending behind schedule often conclude later, and the feasibility of scheduled recoveries diminishes over time often due to an inability to counter ongoing changes as India.